It's radical! Radical!
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Radical Computer Solutions YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and welcome back to Tron Identity. Let's get right back into it. How y'all doing today? Oh, cool. Right back where we left off. Start with the vault. No need to tell me, program. The DOT are independent of my authority. I hope that you also remember your oath of non-interference. Come back here when you have anything to tell me, or any questions I can answer. Princess smile broadens. It's been good to talk to you, Clary. I will make it known to my staff that you are to be supported on your investigation. I believe you can do good work here. This is my repository. I will do everything I can to help you. Come to me if you need anything. You leave the office. Grish follows. For the users. For the users. Alright. So we said there's the lobby, the vaults, the library, and the dude's office. We said we were going to check out the vault first, I believe. A memory of great energy hangs in the air. Let's see, is there anything around here I can interact with? Nope. Okay, fine. The vault, what's left of it at least, is incredible. Hot red light permeates every corner, highlighting the blue cracks and damage of the explosion. The heat of that light is matched only by the cold of the wind blowing through from outside. In place of the vaulted interior is the gaping wound of the blast. The light of the city outside is weightless. Ooh. What do we got over here? Looks like there's a person chilling over there. Slumped in the corner, you see the only other program present, a guard. An exhausted face looks back up at you. Or looks up and back at you, sorry. Their clothes are more ornate than Grish's. This isn't one of his guards. A core honor guard, maybe. What happened? A good question. You turn to Grish. Let's see. Let's ask him how he thinks we should approach. How do you think we should approach this? I think the guard suffered enough for one night. Why don't you take the lead? Whatever they were guarding is gone. They didn't talk much after the explosion. I left them here to recover. He stands back by the door as you approach. And if I ask you some questions? No, but I don't think I have any answers. It's only now that you realize, looking at the guard, how young they are. Their hair and uniform are pretty messed up, but the guard isn't more than a kid. A kid left to guard something worth destroying this vault over? I'm Query, a DOT. I'm here to help. Okay. Am I in trouble? I think the trouble's past. I think the trouble's past. Uh-huh. This is going nowhere fast. The guard needs help. Likely this close to the blast, their entire memory is locked out. You kneel down in front of them, gesture towards the identity disc on their back. I'm Query, a DOT. Said that already. I did. If you'll let me, I can skim your disk, help you put some of the details together. Maybe start to figure out what happened here. Okay. They understand. You reach over, take their disk. Time to make some connections. Oh, one of these. What? Cool. Got it done. Defrag a disk with blood. I didn't see that, but that's okay. Moving on. You replace the disc on the guard's back. Cass. My name is Cass. Hi, Cass. It's a start. You smile and help Cass to their feet. What do you remember? They squint, considering. Not much. I remember the explosion, energy and light. I sound a little too loud for you guys. Sorry about that. I thought let's try that. Sorry about that. They squint, considering. Not much. I remember the explosion, energy and light all around me for a microcycle, and then you. Here I can interact with. We look out at the gaping void of the vault and the city lights beyond. Do you remember anything else? Anything at all? Cass steps over to look out over the city with you. Like what? What were you guarding the big party to begin with? What were you guarding? I don't remember anything in the room with me when the explosion happened. I'm trying to be helpful, I swear. It all just keeps slipping through my fingers. The explosion fried their memories. You'll need to come back, work through this with them. Your only witness barely remembers anything beyond their name. Do you have any questions for me? 1. What's DOT? You chuckle. You've never been asked that before. Saying DOT tends to make programs less talkative, if anything. I'm a detective. I solve mysteries. Cass looks at you quizzically. And you're here to solve the mystery of me? Well, we'll see. That seems to satisfy them. I will get to the truth of this. It's my only function. I will find out what happened here. You walk back towards the door. Grish is waiting for you. Tough kid. Indeed. I've always admired the core honor guard. Ruthlessly efficient, best on the grid. You note Grish's respect. Not something you've seen much of tonight. You hope it's well placed. We should move on. He's right. It's time. Perhaps the prisoner in the library will have more to say. Perhaps they will. Let's go to the library. The library is vast, undulating. Distant platforms hang from the walls. The air is wet. The cold white glow of the space, dreamlike. It's a cool data tree. Viewing platform. What else we got? Nothing. Okay. But it is the trees that make the grandest impression. Tall and old and impossibly complex. They curl and swirl in the energy falls before you. You've never seen anything like them before. Not at this scale. Grish leans conspiratorially towards you. Sorry guys, I don't think I've seen that word before. Conspiratorially towards you. There we go. That sounds better. This isn't a place I'm comfortable, program. Learn what you want to learn about the library, but remember, we're here so you can question the suspect. You go to correct him, but before you can, you're interrupted. Ida. You brought a friend, Grish. A program stands next to you, glowing white like the room around her. You enjoy my garden? I have never seen anything like this before. Her eyes dart across the space. Few have. This place is very special. She kneels down, checking the leaves of a tiny plant at her feet. She turns each over in her fingertips, inspecting them in turn. Content, she stands up, smiling again. Grish smirks. I am Ada. Welcome to my garden. It's beautiful. A different smile, something approaching pride. You have the sense she'd never admit as much, though. Thank you, Query. This is the greatest library on the grid. It is a centerpiece of the repository, the very purpose of its existence. Before you lies the grand total of knowledge from nearly 2,000 cycles of our society. From the founders to this moment, all of it pristine. Ada walks over to a tree, grand and towering. She reaches out a hand, brushes a leaf, letting its energy fizzle at her touch. A crackle of utter sonic complexity. Wow. You've seen trees before, I imagine? Of course. Do you know what they are? A decoration inspired by the users? They are certainly beautiful, but that's not the whole story. Trees are data, records of our history, not individuals, but an entire society. They are our memory, at a cultural level. Cool. I understand you work with identity disks as part of our investigations. Has a similarity between these forms and that of the data you see in your travels never struck you as interesting? She pulls her hand away from the leaf. Your order, the DOT. You do not interfere. You seek truth, but seek to have no impact in the world you investigate. The echoes of your kind in my garden are quieter than most. You believe her. It is as intended. I have questions. I'm sure you do. Ask them. Take your time. Then I have someone to introduce you to. Remember why we're here, program. At multiple points in your investigation, you'll have the opportunity to dig deeper via investigation choices marked with a magnifying glass. Take your time to ask as many as you like, then move on. Books. I was expecting shelves. Books. A laugh. As with Prince's shelves of user entertainments, I don't blame you. So much of our world is contextualized via the users and their arcane and oblique practices. I've been speaking to my guest at length on the topic. It is an irony that they had to cut down their trees and transform them into books. Our method is lossless. That's actually really interesting. How do you find anything? In the same way you found the repository. Same way you knew your way around Core City. I know my library. I know the knots and branches of my trees. Don't feign too much ignorance, though. Your work with identity disks betrays more understanding of data than the average program. You nod. As with many things, the library has no value without the one who can use it. Any memory loss? She looked confused. There seems to be some of it going around, maybe linked to the explosion. No, nothing. Maybe we were insulated from the bulk of it. The trees blocked from the storm. Not all of them survived, though. Or the trees blocked the storm, sorry. Some of my saplings, the recent and obscure, seem to have been shattered by the force of the explosion. I may be able to rebuild, replant, but I am sure we have lost a great deal. Backups? She shakes her head. That's sad. That would be illegal. Core demand that all curated data remain here in the library, accessible to them when desired. To take anything out of the building would be a crime. A pause. I am sorry for my outburst. I didn't consider that an outburst, but okay. It is a blessing that you are here tonight. Flynn be thanked. Yes. Flynn be thanked. 1 second. Okay. If trees occur naturally, why have a garden? She nods, respecting the question. It is one she has been asked before. The data of trees in the wild is rich. They capture all around them. But the noise is also chaotic, unguided, raucous even. In my library, I can cultivate the data, refine it, prune it. I can find the truth and preserve it for future generations. I mean, you can rewrite it. You could swear you saw a microcycle of frustration cross the tepid serenity of Ada's face. I can provide lenses, frames. Data cannot lie, but I can help others to read it correctly. You are unconvinced. I know my role. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. As you wish. The librarian motioned towards the center of the library. A platform juts out into the humid air. Please follow me to the observation deck. You accepted Grish's... Both of you. As you walk, she explains. Under normal circumstances, this is a space of tranquility. The observation deck provides a place to meditate, to consider the knowledge collected here. I gotta say that. That was one of my favorite lines that old Flynn said in the second Tron movie. To knock on the sky, listen to the sound. Ah, student of Flynn. Some truths transcend the speaker. Indeed, you are in the right place. You continue walking. A bright energy field surrounds the end of the platform. Ada notes your reaction. A safety measure. Under normal circumstances, it would be unfortunate to fall from the perch. Grish smiles. In a perfect prison, under irregular circumstances. You are now close enough to see that the energy field has an occupant, an exceptionally tall figure sitting cross-legged in the center. Yep. I will leave you alone with him. I encourage you to be respectful. This is, after all, an ambassador, a guest in my garden. A traitor in our midst. He winces. She's like, no. My guest, Grish. Grish gestures her away. The man in the energy field looks up as you approach. Sad eyes peer out from a strangely pale face. Faceted and lit by two bright eyes. It is a timeless face, and one you instinctively know has seen a great deal. Greetings, programs. Hi, Sierra. Grish sneers. Greetings. I should introduce myself. I am Sierra, ambassador for the Automata. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Query of the DOT. I have been asked to investigate events tonight. I've been told you are a criminal, but I will form my own opinion. You have my word. You nod respectfully. Grish grimaces, unimpressed. Sierra smiles. You find yourself fascinated by the structure and patterning of his face, the way it contorts in a flawed attempt to mimic a very user expression. You try not to stare. He notices. Am I your first automata, Query? Yes, I'm sorry for staring. He looks at you quizzically. It can be strange to be exposed to the new. The automata have kept to ourselves for some time. It's reasonable that the rest of society would be surprised by our appearance. In truth, I am proud of the difference. We choose not to look like the users of myth, but walk our own path. I stared only because you look transcendent. Thank you. This is only a pale approximation of my true form. However, among your kind, I do what I can to approach the aesthetics of a user. I've been told it makes you more comfortable to be reminded of your myths. His smile broadens. Let's get to the matter at hand, my crimes. Grish steps forward. You know what you did. Grish, do you even know what you're accusing me of? Grish tightens, his frustration growing. Directness seems to be the best path. Let's say... Did you cause the explosion? Did you cause the explosion, Sierra? Sierra smirks sarcastically. Of course I did. I did a little arson and then immediately made myself available to your friend and his charming team. Grish's fists tighten. A flash of light plays across his eyes. Flash of light, sorry. Tell the truth, liar. Prisoner stands slowly. My God, he's tall. He is a giant, almost twice your height. He looms over you. There is great strength there, but also a gentleness to his posture, his movements. I am not your enemy, Query, and I don't believe you are mine either. I will happily answer your questions if you return to me. I will help in every way I can, but I fear I am as ignorant as anybody else here. He points at Grish. But that one cannot join us again. His mind is locked on target. He will not find your real culprit for you. Sierra turns his back to you. Your conversation over for the time being. Prince needs to hear what happened here. Yep. Let's go talk to Mr. Prince. That was very interesting. I'm loving this game so far. If you can call it a game. The office is still as grand and impressive as it was the last time you were here. You and Grish approach. A silent nod indicates that your colleague wants you to take the lead again. Prince stands at the window. As you approach, he turns. A smile of recognition. Welcome back, program. How are things? A shrug. I fear things have continued to slide in your absence. I find myself increasingly forgetful. Some kind of lasting symptom of the explosion, do you think? That seems to be the case. You and pretty much everyone else here, bud. I've heard. I find it profoundly unsettling to be myself, but also to have parts missing. I am a program that prides myself on my memory, my user-given... No, I go too far. I thank the users for my gifts, of course. Prince looks out the window. Tonight, I am jealous of the programs out there who continue their ebb and flow untouched by what happened here. How many programs function entirely in the dark? How many remain ignorant, so peaceful? I would say teach them. Then teach them. A smirk. And how would I do that? Let them in to see your library. Chaos. It would be impenetrable to them. Data must be managed, controlled. Prince wobbles slightly, imperceptibly. Grish notices. You all right, Administrator? He straightens. Of course, I'm just a little off balance from tonight's events. I find it hard to focus on the detective's points and questions. I've forgotten so much from earlier. You can help, program. I can. Then do it, please. Help me put things back together a little. Prince takes the disc from his back, hands it to Grish, who hands it to you. Oh boy, clear 5 car. What do we got here? Successfully defrag disc with locks. Sure, I did that. Anyway, you hand the disc back to Grish, who replaces it on Prince's back. Prince stretches, rolling his neck and smiles to himself. Rolling to his neck, wow. Rolling his neck and smiles to himself. Ah, that's better. He turns to face you. So what is your conclusion in this case? Let me see. Distracted. I would say it's too early to say. It's too early to say. Yes, quite. I respect your discretion in the matter. How long does this usually take? As long as it takes. Watch your tone, program. Just being real with the guy. Prince tightens. Time is short, and it is important your work here is swift. I am, of course, comfortable to answer any questions you may have of me or Grish here before you resume your investigation. Ask as many as you like. Let's Why hide away all this information? I feel like there's something else going on here. Did Ada not give you her usual speech about pruning and refining information? Prince smiles. We don't hide anything. We maintain society via careful control of data. It requires a delicate and respectful touch. There is information that can kill, program. That doesn't sit well with you. How long before the explosion did Cass arrive with the item for storage? Barely enough time for us to register the arrival in our systems. Whoever did this, they knew ahead of time. They planned this. It's not good. Points to someone with information about our procedures. Oh, it's far worse than that. It implies the involvement of someone with information about the procedures of Core. Prince winces. Whoever did this knows more about the comings and goings of our vault than I do. How will Sierra's fellow programs react to his imprisonment? Prince laughs. Not well, I imagine. As you no doubt gathered from your conversation with him, his kind, the automata, stand directly opposed to the sanctity of our civilization. They blaspheme and they mock, and they bring nothing to back up their outlandish claims. They refuse the existence of the users, but can provide no evidence of their absence. It is infuriating. Prince shrinks back a little from his tirade. More of his kind every day, making demands of the rest of us. I sincerely hope they are not foolish enough to start a fight over this. You are uncertain of his sincerity. No more questions. As you wish. Prince's head tilts slightly to the side, and he raises 2 fingers to his ear. An incoming message. Yes? Where? I see. He looks back to you, a determined flash to his eyes. It would appear we have an issue. Where? Prince appears shaken. My exterior guards tell me a known criminal has just landed on the building. Her name is Proxy. Have you encountered her before? Nope. From what I've heard, few do and remain functional. Grish tenses. She's a thief, a pirate, no respect at all for the work done here. Prince goes to the shelves and begins to pack a few items into a small bag. This is no coincidence. She must surely be involved in the theft tonight. I am moving to a secure location. Grish, you're coming with me. That escalated quickly. As you wish. Query, for my security, I'm afraid I can't tell you where I'm going. I will still be in the repository. I will be unavailable for now. He finishes filling the bag up and seals it. I know your order doesn't engage in ongoing events, that you are forbidden from interfering, but I need you to reconsider that oath in service of myself, our work, and Core. I need you to go up there and meet with this interloper. I need you to find out her involvement in the vault's explosion and prevent her from doing any more damage. When the time is right, I will return. I will ask questions. That's all I need for now. I trust you. I trust you'll make the right decision if one must be made. Picks up the bag, heads for the elevator. Grish follows behind, disc in hand. She's on the landing pad, Query. I suspect some of your answers are up there with her. Well, alrighty then. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to end this episode here. Seems like things have taken a pretty exciting turn, and I like that. There's a lot of interesting, cool things happening in this game. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. See ya.